Hey there, freaks and geeks. Welcome to Up Your Geek Spotlight. I'm your host, Lou Lamar Booker, and on today's show, we'll be speaking with actor and producer Chaz Bono, star of Tubi original horror film Bury the Bride. Written by Krsy Fox, who also stars, and Spider-One, who serves as director. Bury the Bride stars Scout Taylor Compton as bride-to-be June, whose bachelorette getaway turns deadly when her bloodthirsty fiancé and his backwoods friends show up to crash the party. Now what follows becomes a living nightmare of unholy proportions as June, her sister Sadie, and their closest friends fight for their lives and avenge those who don't make it through the night. Hear what Chaz had to say about Bury the Bride.
Ready, set, up your geek.
Thank you for joining us, Chaz. We're here with Chaz Bono. We're here to discuss Chaz's latest film here called Bury the Bride. And in this film, bride-to-be June's bachelorette party turns out to be this deadly when her mysterious fiance, shows up, and the friends and his friends, and they crash this party, and it gets a little crazy from there. So can you tell us a little bit about this film and what people can expect from this?
Sure. I think that, you kind of got the basic, thing down. It starts with a group of women who are friends, and two of them are sisters, and they're going to this cabin, kind of cottage, whatever, in the desert that belongs to the bride, June's fiance, David. And as soon as they get to this place, they know, something's not right. This is not going to go well. And then, on the second night, David, the groom, shows up with his buddies, and things get from kind of creepy to downright scary and bad. And I think it's a really fun film. It's got some great twists and turns in it, and once it gets going, it's just kind of nonstop action and suspense, and I think people are going to really like it.
I think so, especially the horror community.
Yes.
This is one of those films, and just like you put it, once the action kind of starts here, it is just ongoing. I did have an opportunity to see the film, and I really enjoyed it. Me being a horror fan, so maybe I'm a little biased, but I just love horror, especially independent horror films. Because you see the work that kind of goes into these, and the amount of dedication that some of the people put into putting these films out. So this now I was watching this, and it's kind of like with this like creepy. I guess you open up or one of the parts is this creepy cabin in the middle of like nowhere. And I'm just kind of in that kind of situation. And then we learn some stuff, not to get into any spoilers, we learn some stuff about your character also, or like later in the story too.
Yeah.
So what would you feel like if you came upon such a situation like that in like real life?
Oh man. I mean, the house that we shot in, if I in real life ever walked into that place, I would be like, okay, we gotta leave now. Nothing good is gonna come from this place, and us being out there. And we shot in Lancaster, California, in the middle of the high desert, in this super remote location. And that house, I had seen video of the house when they were location scouting, and I was like, it looks amazing, it's perfect, but actually stepping into the house and with the lowest ceilings I've ever been in, and just dusty and dirty and creepy. And yeah, I'd been like, no, we're going. We're gonna go find the closest, Marriott and check in there.
I can just imagine. I'm sitting there, I'm watching it, and I'm like, wait a minute, I can this is who would party here?
Yeah.
I'm just like, who would show up to this place? And it just that's what it and it was funny in that way to me. I'm like watching, I was like, okay, we're hanging out, we're gonna go have this bachelorette party, boom, and the reactions though of the other girls was just so hysterical on like upon seeing this place. They're like, what the F is this?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's bad. I mean, it's gross. They're checking it out. There's something dead in the jacuzzi. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's no place you want to celebrate your bachelorette party weekend for sure.
Something I really Krsy Fox is who stars in this film also is a writer with Spider One, who also directed. Now, something that I took away from this as well is that the way that the characters are written in this story, they kind of convey who they are. They kind of appear on screen like who they would be, and you can kind of describe them as who these people would be like in life. And so it was like, oh, it's interesting. Like you had the nerdy girl, you had the really outgoing girl who was up for everything, and then and you had the mom, like who you could clearly tell was the and it's this group, and I was like, wow, this is like, it's pretty good if you're thinking of behind the eyes of the writer about that, and then also all the male antagonists in this film too. Talk about that group dynamic there, just kind of those people showing up, because that was kind of creepy too. It's like, wait, where'd they come from? For all of a sudden it's this mystery guy, and then they just come out of nowhere.
Yeah, so right. So yeah, as the girls are just kind of hanging out and trying to have their celebration, all of a sudden there's some, loud knocks around, and then the girls go to check it out, and when that happens, we sneak in through another place and show up. And yeah, I think that we are, let's just say, a little rough around the edges as a group of guys. And so yeah, we come in and really shake things up, and that's when it goes from, yeah, we're in a gross place, there's more here.
Yeah, when you really start to think, yeah, I should have gone to that hotel instead.
Exactly.
So are you a horror fan?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
huge horror fan.
For how long?
Really since I was a kid, but
Yeah.
as I've gotten older, I've come to appreciate the genre more and more. I mean, I love working in horror because of a few reasons. I mean, I love how horror can tell stories and make points and have messages and do it in such a different way than you find in drama and stuff like that. And as an actor, I love working in because it allows me to play so many different diverse characters, and that's really, as an actor, what I live for is, if every character I play is different from the ones before, that's what really makes me happy.
I think that I love there's a great community in the horror
Totally.
within the horror genre. There's a vast amount of fans. And me going to like conventions and things like that, and film fest. I mean, there's like thousands and thousands of like, wow. So they really come out in support of these. That's what, and that community, actually, me being a part of it, we actually love the independent genre of these. When those are the stories that people love. I talk to people in the community, and those are the films that people talk about. It's like,
Yeah.
Because those people have such an opportunity to get their characters and their stories together without them being too messed with by big studios.
Sorry, I
Uh-oh.
got so excited I knocked my thing over.
That's all right.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. It's an amazing thing about independent, horror films is that, nowadays you can do a lot without a lot of money and it looks
Yeah,
great. And
yeah,
there's no excuse to not have phenomenal actors in every horror piece now.
yeah,
And and I think you see the love and the care, and the details and everything in independent film that you just don't see in big budget pictures.
yeah. I see that you're also a executive producer on this film.
Mm-hmm.
How's that aspect of it?
I really have liked that aspect. I've been looking to produce for a while, and I felt safe enough doing that with Krsy and Spider, um, and I've just loved being a part of the process from kind of the beginning on, starting with helping with casting and kind of moving through, and so often when I'm just acting in something, I do my work and I leave, and then I don't hear, I kind of have to put it out of my mind because I'll drive myself crazy. So, and you don't hear anything, you don't know when it's going to come out, you don't know where it's going to come out or whatever. Um, Being part of this process was just the exact opposite. I mean, I felt, involved and having a voice, throughout the whole process from pre-production through post. And now, at this point where we are about to, it's about to premiere on Tubi on Saturday.
Yeah,
And, it's kind of like we're just giving it to the public, and can now start to move on to the next thing.
yeah. I think they're going to eat it up. Also in this film is Scout Taylor Compton, who who famously played Laurie Strode in the Rob Zombie films. And ironically enough, many people may know that Spider One and Rob Zombie are related. And they do well with putting this cast of people here. You got Dylan Rourke, Lindsay LaRose here, Katie Ryan, and it's how is this set with all these people? When you guys are in between scenes and everything, like what's the set
Sure.
like?
Yeah, we all got along great. I mean, we had so everybody except for Katie actually either Spider and Krsy had worked with before, or I had worked with before.
Yeah,
And so, I think that already there was a lot of comfort on set, because of that. We had a couple table reads, where we got to know each other a little bit. Everybody really liked each other. And so by the time we showed up on set, yeah, I think we had, the camaraderie that we needed that to really facilitate the storytelling of this.
Okay, one last question here, and thank you again, Chaz. So what do you hope that fans take away from this film? Um, and where or what can we expect to come next from Chaz Bono?
Okay, so I mean, ultimately, I hope that people just have a great time watching this film. I think it's so much fun. To me, it feels kind of like a roller coaster ride. That beginning part where you're meeting everybody and getting to know the characters and everything. To me, it kind of feels like you're going up that hill slowly. Something's coming.
Yeah,
It's going to be crazy, but you don't yet know what it is. And then once the guys show up, it just yeah, it's just kind of nonstop action and suspense, and so I think people are just going to have a lot of fun with this movie, and I think there's some great surprises coming your way, so that's fun. For me, I've got another film coming out later this year that's a horror film called The Bell Keeper.
Okay.
Totally, different type of story, but really fun. Looking forward to that. I get to in that film. I'm a little bit more of the comic relief in
Yeah.
it, so that was fun to do. And then I'm Spider and Krsy, and we're in pre-production now for our next film, which we hope to schedule to shoot in June. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Tubi original Bury the Bride debuts across North America today. It says of the 21st, but it's listed on Tubi for coming out on the 22nd as well. I see that you guys are going to be at Salem Horror Film Fest.
Yes.
Premiering the 22nd in Salem, Massachusetts. So that's going to be great. And I wish you guys all the success, and I hope that this does really well. And thank you again, Chaz, for joining me here on Up Your Geek Spotlight.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Hello there, freaks and geeks. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Up Your Geek Spotlight. I hope you enjoyed this interview. Don't forget to grab that like button and subscribe to Up Your Geek. Don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms and visit us at upyourgeek.com. Bury the Bride, directed by Spider One, starring Krsy Fox, Scout Taylor Compton, Dylan Rourke, and Chaz Bono, is streaming now on Tubi. Take a look at the official trailer.
Cheers to June and her stupid, smelly ass, no pictures please, secret marriage. Woo! Oh my God!
Here's to June and David.
Hello?
Oh my God!
I don't know, maybe we can change your mind?
If not, we can always kill him.
Company loves misery.